Good morning, everyone. Welcome to White River Temple. Today is July 7th. This is the date of our monthly memorial service. Get to that in a little bit. So we will start with sutra chanting, which will be, well, Jusei, but the reading of the names will happen before that. So turn it over to... Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. They added something to me. Sambujo. We'll do that first of all. That's on page 22. That's what I get for not reading the thing. So, Sambujo, page 22. We'll start with that.
Can I ask that everyone please put your hands together in God's show or bow your head in contemplation and respect. As we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, 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 Namo. We are gathered here today in observance of the White River Buddhist Temple's monthly Shotsuki service to remember those who have passed away in the month of July. They are Minoru Terada, Kiyomi Mizoguchi, Mike Arima, Isamu Suematsu, Yoneko Terayama, George Takeshi Watanabe, Misue Komatsu, Mitzi Mitsuko Ibuki, George Tonojo Kawasaki, Tokyo Toyoshima, Nancy Mikami, Noriko Tanabe, Yoko Watanabe, Stanley Doi, Sayoko Kawasaki, Kazuko Watanabe, Hiroshi Nakai, Ben Yamada, Doris Sagara, Yae Mikami, Kayo Terayama, Amy Kato, Shioji Kawabata, as well as all others who were not listed but contributed to the temple and its community. May the fragrance of the incense teach us the purity of our intention. May the beauty of the flowers offered teach us of life's impermanence. May the light that burns brightly teach us of Amida's great wisdom and compassion. Can I ask everyone to please put your hands together in Gosho or bow your head in contemplation and respect as we say again, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namon Nops, Namon Nops, Namon Nops, Namon.
Those who wish may do offering or a shoko at this time. I know it's different, but this is the new system that we are using. So if you wish, you may do so now.
Ni Can I ask that everyone please once more put your hands together in Gosho or bow your head in contemplation and respect as we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Naman Nak, Naman Nak, Naman Nak, Naman.
Will everyone who is able please rise, and we will have the reading of the three treasures. You'll find that on page 3 of our beautiful purple service book. And please remain standing for the song or gatha that follows. Three treasures. Fortunate is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriad of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amidabats, Namo Amidabats, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Thank you. Now we will have our gatha or song. It's called The Texture of Life. You'll find that on page 178. Thank you. You may be seated. Now we will have our Dharma message from Reverend Cindy.
Can I ask that everyone please put your hands together in Gosho, bow your head in contemplation and respect as I read these words from the Amida Sutra. The ground is of gold, and 6 times a day a mandavava flower gently rained down from the sky. Every day during the tranquility of the early morning, the people of that land fill the hem of their robes with those exquisite blossoms, and go to make offerings of them to 100,000 kotis of Buddhas dwelling in the worlds of the other quarters. Then they return to the land of perfect bliss before their mealtime. After their meal, they enjoy a stroll. Sariputra, the land of perfect bliss, is filled with such splendor and adornments. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Nuts. Namo Nuts. Namo Nuts. Hello, everyone. I hope you all are keeping cool in this heat. It definitely reminds me of Los Angeles again, so I am not... people go, you're from LA, you should be used to this heat. No, we are not. We are not. Especially, I think up here it's a little bit more humid. And so I think it makes it a tiny bit unbearable because at least in LA it's dry heat. And you could put water on yourself and you'll feel fine for quite a while until it evaporates, of course. But up here, it kind of sticks to you. And so I really love the Northwest weather. Don't get me wrong. But I prefer dry heat over humid. So today we are observing our monthly Shotsuki Hoyo or our monthly memorial service for all of those who have passed, who have helped the temple and its community. And traditionally, we tend to chant for our sutra during a memorial service the Amida Kyo, which is the Amida Sutra, or the smaller sutra, which is one of the 3 Pure Land Sutras that our school of Buddhism, Jodo Shinshu, looks to for guidance. And so instead of chanting it, I thought that every single time we do a memorial service, a monthly memorial service, that I read a bit from the Amida Sutra. And so today, I am sort of going over what I talked about last month, which was the Mandavava flowers. And I apologize if I'm saying that incorrectly, but again, with my lisp, it's a little hard to sometimes do the R's and the V's right next to each other. So the Mandavava flowers are a kind of heavenly flower that is beautiful to look at and pleasing to the mind. What I went over last month is that these flowers fall from the sky 6 times a day. To continue about the flowers, those flowers, after they fall down from the sky, every day during the early morning periods, the people that reside in Amida Buddha's Pure Land, which again, I apologize, backtracking a bit. Amida Buddha's Pure Land, Amida Buddha, the Buddha of immeasurable light and infinite light, this Buddha that we have in the center of our altar, the Buddha that we say is the Buddha of infinite wisdom and compassion. Their Pure Land, the land of perfect bliss. Every day during the tranquility of the early morning in that Pure Land, the people or beings that reside in that land fill the hems of their robes with those Mandavava flowers and go to make offerings to them to the 100,000 kotis. It's 100,000 kotis is just a very large number. Dwelling in the worlds of the other quarters. They then return back to the land of perfect bliss before their meal time. Then after their meal, they enjoy a stroll. This is what Shakyamuni Buddha, the Buddha that lived in what was then India 2,500 years ago, said in this sutra. So this is a little interesting, right? Because the beings in this land voluntarily leave their Pure Land for a time, right? I said they fill the hems of their robes with these flowers and they go to make offerings to them, to 100,000 kotis of Buddhas dwelling in the worlds of the other quarters. Right? This means that they leave the Pure Land for a time to make offerings of these flowers to these Buddhas. Right? I think this shows how important Amida Buddha's Pure Land, those who reside in Amida Buddha's Pure Land, see the other Buddhas. They also praise and make offerings to those other Buddhas. And I think that's very important. I think that is very important. I like to make the analogy that it is like in the early mornings, you decide that you want to take flowers to someone that you love. And this person can be living, this person may have passed, right? But to a loved one, you decide in the early morning that you want to make or give flowers to your loved one. And so you go out in the early morning, you get flowers for your loved one. Then you go to meet them, whether that be back at home, whether it be at their work, whether it be to the cemetery. You take those flowers to your loved one and you offer those beautiful flowers to them. You spend time with them. And then after, you come back home. And you go on with your life. I think that is a good analogy for this, right? The beings in Amida Buddha's Pure Land, though they reside there, they still acknowledge the Buddhas in the many, many different Buddhas that dwell in the other quarters. The Buddhas that help other beings. They give them flowers as a sign of respect and love. And I think this also says to me that this action shows how important those Buddhas that we don't talk about very much are. And it makes me think on our service today, our memorial service today. And that is because our school of Buddhism understands that all of those who have passed have become Buddhas, are Buddhas. And so, in the analogy, for us to give our loved one flowers, though especially those who have passed, we are not able to physically hand them flowers. One of the best things that we can do is go to their grave or go back home to their picture or item that brings us memories of our loved ones. and offer the flower there. I believe that is also a way to do something that is very similar to what these beings in the Pure Land do, to offer a flower to a loved one, someone that we love and respect. Having this time to remember our loved ones is very important. To remember that they impacted our lives, though it may be indirectly. Again, this memorial service is to not only connect ourselves with our loved ones who have passed, but also to connect ourselves to the other Buddhas within the 8 directions. Oh, sorry, 10 directions. I apologize for that. I can't count this morning. The 10 directions. To think upon them and to thank them for their guidance as they continue to help all of us human beings who miss our loved ones very dearly. And that is why we continue to say Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha, as it is understood that Namo Amida Butsu is the vessel that allows our loved ones to come back to this world and be with us for a brief moment. And so I would also like to say that these flowers are in a way a symbol of those offerings. Flower offerings to not only the Buddhas, but also to Amida Buddha, the Buddha that allows us to reflect on what infinite wisdom and compassion is. So, in closing of today's July memorial service, or July Shotsuki service, can I ask everyone to please put your hands together and gasho, or bow your head in contemplation and respect, as we say Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha, together in gratitude to the many Buddhas that remind us of infinite wisdom and compassion. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Namo.
Thank you, Sensei, for that Dharma talk and explanation of the portion of the Amida Sutra. For those of you who are able, please rise, and we will have the Gatha, or a song, Odoku-san. You'll find that on page 153. For those of you who read Japanese, it's on page 154. Please turn to page 8 for the daily creed of Jodo Shinshu. Read along with me, please. Realizing enlightenment is assured and reciting the Nembutsu, I shall live my life cheerfully and positively. Understanding the oneness of life and cultivating self-reflection, I shall diligently attend to my life's tasks in gratitude. Recognizing the Dharma path, I shall help spread the teachings of the Buddha. Appreciating the Buddha Dharma, I shall respect and help others, working for the good of society. Namo Vidabats, Namo Vidabats, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Thank you. Please be seated. Are there any first-time guests or people that would like to be recognized today? Yes, gentlemen. Good to have you, John. All right, John and Sam, thank you for coming. Hope your drive wasn't too difficult. I know was it last week they had I-5 all screwed up down there?
Oh, yeah.
It was closed for a big section. That's like when we have problems up here in downtown Seattle. It's good to know it gets spread out everywhere. Okay, well, now time for announcements. Many of our announcements or information about our upcoming events are on this little form, which are out on the desk if you'd like to get a copy. But some people want to tell you something special too.
Yeah, I just want to remind people that Bonodorti is 3 weeks away, so we need to. There's a sign-up sheet for those that haven't signed up to help out. It's a small temple, so we need to get all hands on deck in order for this to be a successful event. Anyway, so the sign-up sheet's there, and then also there's a link on your pink sign-up sheet where you can sign up online. The other thing is that the ABA is going to the Seattle Mariner game on August 28th. It's an afternoon game. The cost is $25. There's a sign-up sheet on the back bulletin board. Thank you.
Speaking of Bonodori, the gift shop, which I'm chairing, really could use some people. Just want to push that. But I'm actually here because Sally Mizuki lost a white bag with her name on it, and it has her Motoshiki show in it, so if everybody could keep an eye out for that and let us know if it's found.
Well, my something special is that there's a new sign-up sheet on the back bulletin board, and that's for the Ray of Hope for the next quarter, so July, August, and September. The other notice that I put on the back bulletin board is that we could really use some help with gardening. We have, we're trying to replant that garden and get the dahlias back in, and because we have, we like to use it as the cutting garden for our flowers. And, but there's some extra things that need to be done coming up maybe in the next month. This will go on throughout the year, so this is not urgent for anybody that wishes they could do something in the fall. There'll be something then too. So if you are interested in any way at all, just meet me at the back table after service and we can talk about it. Thank you.
Not to be repetitive, but there's that wise old saying, chop wood, carry water, wash dishes. Now, luckily, we don't have to chop much wood for Bonodori, and for the water, you just which leaves us with the sign-up sheet. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. One thing I would like to say is thank you those who came out for the culture workshop last week. We had a very nice turnout. The unfortunate thing is that I don't know if there'll be one the rest of this year, but I'm hoping to try to slip one in, so be on the lookout for if you missed last week's culture workshop. I will make an announcement hopefully a month in advance so that you could start signing up and getting things in your calendar. But at the moment, I apologize. We don't have a contra workshop scheduled for the rest of the year. The second thing is that I want to highlight, because this is the second to last weekend, I should say, to make applications for the Kieshiki signups for the Northwest District Convention. It is on the front of your sheet, so thank you, Catherine, for that. The deadline to fill out the form to apply for the Kieshiki is next Sunday, July 14th. So if you don't know what Kieshiki is, when was it? The second, June 9th, I believe, and then June 23rd. The services for the White River Buddhist Temple, during the Dharma messages, I did talk about them. So if you don't know what Kieshiki is, if you don't know what a Buddhist name is, please look at those Dharma messages. And if you still have any questions, please feel free to message me. If you want to have a small meeting, that's also fine. Please email me. And I would be happy to talk to you more about what a Kieshiki is, what a Homyo is, and what the big list of kanji characters that you could choose from is at the very bottom of that form. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me, talk to me right after service, and I will be happy to answer your questions on what Kieshiki is, what a Homyo is. And again, the deadline is next Sunday, July 14th. Thank you very much.
Let's try it that way. There we go. So we come to the end of our service today. We have closing remarks, but I do want to wish everybody a safe journey home and a cool place to rest. Plenty of refreshments to keep yourself. We do want to see you the next time you are able to come here. So it's at the bottom of your program. Read along with me if you wish. My life is not only my life, but the life of others. Sacrifices, kindness, thoughtfulness, and patience. I am grateful. Namo Idabats. Namo Idabats. Namanda, Namanda. And if anyone wishes to, you may come up and do Oshoko or blessing offering here at the incense burner. And we will see you again next time. Thank you very much.